Welcome, Scarsdale students and all who may be watching to our second No Context podcast episode. My name is obviously Jean David and Zay, and next to me I have
Adrian Jose Duval, and we're delighted to bring you the second edition of the No Context podcast, brought to you by Maroon, the Scarsdale High School magazine.
everyone. Check out their YouTube channel. We gotta get the views up. Okay, and for our first question, it is asked by sophomore Elliot Haddad. He asked, out of all 4 years of high school, which one was the best and why?
I'll start us off, David. I'm going to have to go with actually the senior year of high school. Now, I'll walk us through year by year and explain why that's the case. Freshman year, you going from 8th grade, you're top of the food chain, you're the stuff, all that. Then 9th grade, you're the bottom again.
Bye.
I didn't really like it, especially for guys. I feel like it was even worse.
Just
We
kidding.
don't got to get into that, though. Sophomore year was okay, but then the prime springtime, the best time of the year, the end of school, got cut short due to COVID-19, obviously, and we're all online school. None of the vibes were being had. Junior year was better. We're upperclassmen now, all that good stuff. But again, it was still very monitored by COVID. Now, senior year, not only is it just the best year, you're at the top of the food chain, you're knowing where you're going after college and stuff. Although it's hard with the college stuff, all the COVID regulations started to lessen. We could eat outside with no mask. We could do this. We could do that. And I think so far it's been definitely the best year of my high school experience.
I'm gonna have to agree with that. With you with that. But even though we haven't even finished senior year, I just know the second half of senior year after college applications are done, there are reasons.
Shout out Matt Silver.
I just feel like it's gonna be a really fun year. You don't have to listen to anybody. There's no one that you have to like be scared of to say that. And you're the oldest in the school. Yeah, it's the last year of high school. You gotta have fun. Our next question is asked by me. Actually, I thought this was a really amazing question. That really I don't know. It's like a one you gotta think about. I asked, if you could go back to March 2020 and stop COVID-19 from happening and live without it, obviously you would lose all the memories and all the horrific things that happened during that. We're not going to be taking that into account because obviously everyone would go back and stop the millions of people from sadly dying. But all the memories would be reset. How would you feel about that?
I don't think I would take that offer just because I have certainty with what's happened up to this point since COVID-19. And although especially the beginning, when we were all completely locked in the house, was difficult, I don't want to sacrifice things I've earned, relationships I've built for an uncertain future, whether it may be better, it may be worse. I don't know. Don't want to take that chance.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. Just wouldn't want to lose like that summer of like coming back and hanging out with your friends after not seeing some of them for months was like such a refreshing like I don't know, like meeting up with when we met up with our friend group for the first time in like weeks was probably like it was like a surreal experience. It's like it had been gone for so long, and doing it again was such an amazing feeling. And that summer, I don't know, it was just a refreshing moment coming back.
I completely agree. Moving on to our fourth question, asked by an anonymous source. Very mysterious. They ask, would you rather extravagantly travel the world for a year with all expenses paid, or be given $250,000 to spend on whatever you want? David, what do you think?
I would be taking the money here. And I know it obviously sounds a little weird. You could extravagantly travel the entire world now to spend a dime. But I'm just saying, after that happens, you go back to your normal life. It's kind of, you're going to kind of miss it. But like with 250,000, you can set up like a business, stocks, create money that you can have for more than a year. You can after you invest this money smart, you can travel the world extravagantly for as many years as you want. Gotta think about that.
Yeah, David, I think this is going to be the first question of the day that I disagree with you on, and I think our producer, Mr. Jake Lubin, agrees with me adamantly on this. $250K is a boatload of money, and I would love to have that, and I agree you could make it into a lot more money. But you could also invest with any amount of money you currently have. Nobody's stopping you from doing that. I think the experience and the things you learn from different cultures and continents and places of that nature, just such experiences that most people in the world will never even get the chance to travel to one different country. Nonetheless, travel the entire world. I think that's something you can't sacrifice.
Okay. Good outlook on the question. I'm gonna have to still disagree with that.
And now for our final segment, a little new idea. It's called This or That. So I'm going to start off and then David will rotate. I'm going to ask David a question, pick this or that. You're going to have to quickly answer. Then he's going to ask me one. We'll go back and forth for about 3 or 4 questions. So, David, I'll start it off. Bowl or burrito?
It's gonna have to be bowl. I used to be a burrito guy, but now after some of the people at Chipotle just don't know how to wrap a burrito. It is probably the most aggravating thing on the planet. And now bowls have given me a quick result to that problem because I don't have to deal with the messy burritos.
And we'll just go for the next couple ones. We'll play like some intense music. Just go answer, boom, ask the question. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead.
And I'm gonna do Skittles or Haribo's.
Skittles. I'm gonna ask you, basketball or football?
Basketball. Basketball is not even close. Watching the Miami Heat was probably the most amazing experience I've ever had because they're the best team in the National Basketball Association.
That's true.
And I'm gonna have to ask you, mansion or apartment? Penthouse.
That was a terrible question. I'm going to take the mansion. And on that note, Scarsdale High School students and all those who may be watching, we thank you for watching the second edition of the No Context Podcast. It's been Adrian Jose Duval.
And it has been Jean-David Dizet. It's been amazing to have you watch us.
And we'll catch you for the 3rd episode and very potentially have a special guest joining us on the set. So look out for that. Enjoy your week.
Yes, sir.